Horns up! You're watching another video by Centuries of Sin. I'm your host Sairaj, and we're at the Pebble Jungle Lounge in Bangalore, which is the site of one of the most anticipated metal gigs this March. I'm talking about Metal Assault 2016. We got Demonic Resurrection, Kryptos, Undying Inc, Chaos, the Down Troddence, and Inner Sanctum. Now, the special part about this gig is that a lot of the bands here have got some really big plans for 2016, like new studio material and new tours. So we thought we'd catch up with all these bands to see what's going on with them for this new year. Let's check it out. So, the biggest news with Chaos right now, the new album, All Against All. We've seen the trailer, it looks amazing, sounds amazing.
Cheers, man, cheers.
Tell us more about the album and how you recorded it.
We recorded it with, like, production is done by Keshav Dar, Skyabo. So he's worked with us on the first album as well. So we got done with the guitar tracks last year in August, and then we tracked drums at that studio in Bombay, in Sion. So we did the drum tracking there. Now the album's currently being mixed, right? And we have plans for music video.
Chaos now is mostly known for your, real groove metal sound, which pays a lot of tribute to Pantera, I'm sure, So, but will this album surprise us in any way with any new influences or any such thing?
It's hard for us to judge right now because we are still fresh off of what we did, right? It takes some time to sink in. So I don't know. Let's find out what the people think about it.
Okay. So perhaps after the album, are there any other tours or any other gigs to promote it?
We are working on a tour in multiple cities. So that's scheduled to happen by end of August or first half of September this year. So nothing's confirmed. We're just still working on it. We'll come out with the dates and more details soon, maybe in a couple of months.
So lastly, what is the tentative date of All Against All being released?
It's August 15th.
August 15th.
Yeah, Independence Day, man.
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect. That would matter more to me than any other Independence Day before. Okay.
That'd be so cool.
If I'm not wrong, 2014 or 2 years ago was the year that your debut album How Are You, We Are Fine, Thank You came out. So do you have any plans for new studio material for 2016?
2014 and has been 2 years.
Yeah.
And we've been on with our lives and we all have jobs to do. But what has been happening is that we've been getting back, writing new materials. We have a ton of raw materials to work with, a lot of riffs, a lot of musical motifs.
Right.
So it's just a matter of sitting together and bringing it all together, and definitely we have plans for the next album to come out.
Hopefully, but if you're asking about 2016 immediate plan, I think there's a surprise from our camp. Like, we are actually planning for our next music video.
Right.
So that'll be the first thing we are gonna work on.
Okay.
So that's gonna be for a new song from the next album.
All right.
So we will hopefully try to release that material probably before the end of this year. That's the whole plan now, and probably work on the next album, and so that I think it will take another year for the album to come out.
That may be like early 2017 maybe?
And later
half of 2017.
Well, I take your time with all the music.
Yeah.
And I just noticed this very cryptic Facebook post on the Down Troddence Facebook page specifying some major change is going to be in the band. So any chance you want to tell us what it is?
There isn't anything major in terms of lineup change or anything.
Right.
It's just that this guy is going to the US for some work-related stuff.
So I'm going to be away for a year.
Yeah.
But before that, I have some commitment to finish this music video, put out something for our fans, and then probably I can still work on our album in the meantime. And once I come back, then get on with the second album, finish it off, and
so in the meantime, we'll be here in Bangalore.
Yeah.
Trying to kick some ass, probably.
Yeah. So it's cool. It's not gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like a lineup change, or you might be taking a break or something like that.
No, I don't think we are not just band members. We're like very close friends. I don't think we have
all of our lives are like coinciding. So pretty much part of our lives.
Yeah. Awesome. It has been raining awards for you guys, man. Like Rolling Stone Freedom Music Awards and Radio City Freedom Music Awards and Rolling Stone Metal Awards. I mean, how are you guys feeling right now with all these accolades coming through, man?
It's good, man. I mean, here's an award winner right here with us, sitting with us, the best drummer for the year.
I mean, we worked hard, especially after the release in 2009. I mean, we didn't rush anything up because we would meet only once a week. Everyone was so busy with their own work and schedule and everything. So, but when we met, this time we had a mindset that even if we don't like a song, we won't work on it to make it sound good. If we didn't like a riff, boom, out of the box. You know what I mean? So if it sounded good, there were times where we just jammed and a song called Runs of Problem just happened in like 5 minutes.
Wow.
You know, so and we knew that the song sounded really nice. So we took our time composing, and you know, we kept playing the song live for a while before we even hit the studio. So that also played a huge part on how the song would sound eventually in the studio. So it worked out really well. Those 4 or 5 years, we really worked hard with the album. You know, so then all these awards are just a reflection of all the hard work we put in as a band.
Yeah, that's totally awesome, man. And I know that Legions Awake has just released, but what are your plans for the future 2016 so far? Maybe laying down some basic riffs or more tours or anything like that?
No pussy, dude.
That what happened.
At least the hope for it, at least. But yeah, like I guess like you said, like, you know, all of us are just getting more busy and all, but just to try and get in those few jams that we can and play as many shows as possible with the limitations we have nowadays with work and stuff like that. But yeah, like, because we are finding it tough, like, you know, keep the band as active as before, like how, like, you know, when we were in college, we'd be jamming every, like, weekend plus, like, I think on weekdays Chintan and Bob used to jam as well. But now we don't have the luxury to do that. But so for 2016, the aim is to, like, you know, play as many shows as well, go to newer places, like, you know, like in the East, like we recently played in Calcutta last November. We want to go back there again. We've never gone to the Northeast, like,
Yes, exactly. The Northeastern states are prime right now.
and also, like, you know, like we've done a couple of European tours, but we've not looked at stuff like Southeast Asia and Nepal, Sri Lanka, that sort of stuff. So we hope that, you know, obviously it will require a lot of work because there's a lot of planning that's involved, but hopefully, like, you know, soon.
Yeah. So, you know, basically just try to keep the band going as much as possible for 2016.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know how much, if you're going to write new stuff, but if we do, that's going to be great because we just want to...
Again, we don't rush it. Like, you know, the thing is, like, we're not under any label as such. Who
pressurize
how to release it. So it's just the, you know, the mood we're in. Like, if me and Chintan or all these guys are in a good mood and they come home and we're writing stuff, it just comes out. Then we meet. Sometimes we won't meet for a month and a half, and we just don't realize. But when we do, it's all the same. Like, we jammed after a month and a half or something, and it was felt good because we have played the song so many times that we don't have to meet every week to make sure the bugger are we sounding tight or anything. So we know we have our set sorted out.
Yeah.
But now the newer stuff will take our time. I mean, we're not thinking about.
So, if I'm not wrong, your last studio material, which was the Ironclad EP, came out 2 years ago, and word is that you're working on new material for the new Undying Inc album. So, how's that going?
It's all very hush hush right now. We're gonna be doing something really special and different this time. And I think this album that we're working on right now is the Undying Inc album that we wanna, you know, we wanna have something that surpasses everything we've done before. You know, it's the idea is to push ahead as much as possible in musicality, in the way we present the album, the visuals, everything.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So, and also, you know, one other hiccup that we heard about with Shashank, unfortunately, was his inner ear problem. It was hinted that it came from the loudness of, you know, Undying Inc's music. So, what's Shashank's condition right now? So,
yeah, he's recovered and has to use ear protection. You know, so
stay safe, kids.
Stay safe, always. Yeah, and yeah, it's important because in the kind of industry that we are in, where you're exposed to really loud, you know, really loud music. It's part of your everyday job. So, if you want to do it longer, you got to take care. So
I assume that 2016 is going to be used to like make the entire album, and perhaps it'll be released like late 2016 or early 2017.
Yeah, right. See, right now we're in the pre-production stages, planning, finance, all of that, budgeting. So yeah, it's going to take a while, but yeah, this year is our target, and we've never done an album for the sake of. I see a trend where bands are pressurized by social or peer pressure that you must come up with something new, especially with the way the industry is today. You know, if you're not doing something constantly new, then you're not in the view of people.
Exactly.
because people forget short-term memory, you know. So that shouldn't be the reason to do an album. The album should be like when you feel is the right time as an artist, when you feel I've done enough, like this is ready now. So I guess 2016 we are ready now with everything that's been cooking over the past. Yeah, but with Nishan being here, of course, new direction is there with drumming. There's a lot of different things we're doing we didn't do before. All I can say is expect really heavy grooves. In 3 words.
Expect heavy grooves.
Yeah.
Awesome. The biggest piece of news in the Kryptos camp is that you've just started work on your new album, the follow-up to Coils of Apollyon. Tell us how's it going right now?
It's going pretty good. We've got the drum tracking. The drum tracking's done. The guitar tracking's done. So
Right.
we're doing bass right now. So it'll take a bit of time before it's completely done.
Yeah, so I guess you guys are kind of taking it easy with the new album instead of like having like a deadline or something?
We have a
There's
deadline.
always a deadline.
Yeah. It's just that we're too lazy and we start rushing at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, because most of the bands I've talked to so far, they've taken it easy with the process, and now I'm talking to you, you're like, we got to get it done by the deadline.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, I know that Kryptos is most famous for its like no bullshit, riff heavy approach to thrash metal, but I was just wondering, have you ever thought of putting any new influences into the new album or any such thing?
Actually, to be very honest, we aren't exactly thrash. We have
More traditional.
Yeah, more traditional metal. We have a little bit of thrash. I mean, there is a lot of thrash influence, at least on our previous albums, but on the new album, it's barely non-existent. It's we've scaled
Very
it down.
minimal
Yeah,
this
very
time.
minimal this time. We've scaled it down quite a bit. It's more early 80s metal, late 70s proto metal, NW, BHM kind of stuff,
Oh,
So,
like
because
guys-
that's
This time, like we thought we'd just take a step back from and get closer to our roots. And the kind of stuff we listen to, like he said, like late 70s, early 80s. So
because-
that's the sound we're looking for also.
That's the kind of stuff we really love. I mean, we love a lot of thrash metal, death metal, whatever, but it's the classic stuff that we really like, So
Yeah, so like what you said is just really bringing to my mind like really early Judas Priest, like Sad Wings of Destiny and British Steel and all that. So it's going to be like that?
it's along those lines, It's more like, Thin Lizzy meets Accept meets Early Priest, stuff like that. Yeah.
Awesome. And I think the most recent tour you had was the Into the Spectral Void tour. Tell us how that went.
Oh, that was awesome. I mean, we got to tour with Death Angel, played a few gigs with them and stuff. We played a couple of festivals with some other bands, Sepultura,
With the Hyrax.
and it was awesome. I mean, we grew up watching these bands, and next thing you know, we're like
And we're hanging out with
and we're
them,
hanging
right?
out with them.
Like
total
drinking and-
fanboy moment.
Yeah.
Total fanboy moment.
Especially Death Angel, I mean, when I was growing up, I was a massive fan of Death Angel. I'm still a pretty big fan, but back then, I was like really into them, and next thing you know, we're like opening for them, hanging out with them. I was like, fucking cool, man.
And those guys are awesome, man. Like even live, like you can still see that they're still hungry, man. Like a lot of other bands, you see, it seems like sure, good gig, but they're like still have that fire in them, man. So it's like really awesome to watch them. And learned a bit as well.
So now that you've told us that there's a strict deadline for the album, can we expect it maybe in late 2016 or something?
Yeah, it should be out somewhere. It'll take a couple of months, but I think during the summer of 2016 it should be.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
that's awesome, man. You guys have a lot to look forward to right now. These guys are really going it in to produce new stuff for you. Awesome.
Yeah,
So
make us rich.
Buy the CD.
I think we've heard some hints of Demonic Resurrection possibly following up with some new material in 2016. So what's that like? Nothing?
No. Go for it. Okay. So we definitely are looking at putting out a new album this year. The process is just starting. In fact, after this gig is probably going to start because I've been wrapping up some work with the Demon Stealer album and closing down workshop and Reptilian Death and all that shit.
Yes.
So full flow now, starting tomorrow.
So will it be like another concept album like the Demon King? Like what are the lyrical themes that you have in your head right now for the album?
It will be a concept album. I think the last 2 releases, most of our albums have in fact been concept albums, so it will not be a departure from that. We like telling stories via music. This will in fact be an even more cohesive effort you may call it that. Too early to divulge too many details right now, but it will be a step above Demon King, we think.
A step above
In terms of storytelling.
I think musically we will definitely try and push ourselves like we do on each album. Like you said, it's a little too early to say what will finally end up on the CD, but we're definitely going to try and do something that is a step up from Demon King.
Right, right. Perhaps the reason for Reptilian Death and Workshop taking a break was because you wanted to focus all your efforts on Demon Stealer and Demonic Resurrection?
Honestly, it's not that, because I work from home, so I have a lot more free time than most people.
Wow.
And the truth is, with Reptilian Death, after Vinay quit, I don't know whether it's just the general buzz of the band that is not there, or the fact that we expect too much to happen. So the band is there. It's not that we're not available for shows and things like that, but I figured it just doesn't make sense to pursue writing new music at this point, because I'd rather probably do it under Demon Stealer now, given that again then you have to go through a whole conceptual change, you have to redo the band lineup, you have to redo the look, everything. And honestly, having too many projects taking up a lot of money, not necessarily returning that money, is this burden is mine, bro.
Yeah. I mean, Demonic Resurrection is a shared burden, while the rest of it is your burden.
Yeah, so with Reptilian Death, it just makes sense to let the band be active and play live if there are shows, because if people want to see the band, we're there. But writing new music, I think it's just going to all be Demon Stealer on that front. And for Workshop, I think that band, after the second album, it didn't click in the scene, and maybe we also got a little picky and a little selective with what we were doing. So we didn't play a show for a year and a half. So it just kind of made sense to just let it take a chill pill,
It's actually a shame about Workshop. I personally feel I quite enjoyed the second release that they did. They kind of were looking at some social issues with their songs. There was a good messaging in there. There was good music in there. It's a pity it didn't take off.
Yeah, but the music video was based on the fact.
Yeah, I mean, that was, there's that comedy element which we always retained. I mean, it's fun. I wouldn't even say comedy, I'd say fun. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And we've all heard about Sahil's side projects, but have you got any other projects that we don't know of, like other than Demonic Resurrection? I mean,
I am a huge procrastinator, so I've got material in my hard disk somewhere which has just been rotting, and I haven't done anything about it. Maybe at some point I'll get off my ass and do something about it, but
yeah, man. I mean, because this is the time for not only new bands but also solo albums, because besides Cyrus, you've also got Sunny's solo album coming out, the Shipperman. So with the right amount of promotion and putting the buzz out, anything can happen, man. So other than Cyrus projects, we're really looking forward to your projects as well, I'm sure.
Maybe this year could be the year.